From humongous Canadian towers to the site of a horrific murder scene in a small suburban household, we bring you the world's 9 most haunted places. Number 9. Akershus Castle, Norway. This castle has had many uses, from a strategic fortress, a prison, and home to a Nazi execution site. As such, this castle is booming with supernatural entities. The most well-known apparition that haunts the grounds is a woman dressed in robes, who can be seen screaming or crying. Another common specter is that of a dog who is said to be demonic in origin and will cause the death of whoever lays eyes on it. Number 8. Fort George, Canada. Called Canada's most haunted historic site, the Halifax Citadel has had numerous amounts of ghost sightings during its tenure. Reports state that multiple ghosts were spotted about the grounds. These sightings include a soldier, an elderly man, a woman, a red-cloaked man, and an elderly woman who reside inside mirrors. Also, a little girl is said to follow the ghost tours around. Some report the girl would hold their hands while others mention shrieks, laughter, and knocks coming from all around them. Number 7. Poveglia Island, Italy. Poveglia is located in the Venice Lagoon and was a hotspot during the bubonic plague outbreak in the 14th century, which made the entire place a quarantine colony. What's more, many Venetians were sent to the island to die. Today, the island is abandoned, with many people fearing of setting foot near the area because of its curse. The ghosts of plague victims are said to haunt the island and its surrounding areas. What's more, voices and screams are often heard. Scattering images of people have been seen also. There's an ominous feeling felt by those who have set foot on the island, where they more often leave afraid and more often than not, screaming. Number 6. St. Augustine Lighthouse, USA. St. Augustine Lighthouse is located in St. Augustine, Florida. The lighthouse and the adjacent buildings are said to be haunted by the ghost of 2 girls. These 2 girls are said to be the daughters of Hezrika Pite, who was in charge of building the lighthouse in the 1870s. These 2 girls died during its construction. In addition, the apparition of a woman has also been reported, often standing in the stairwell or walking throughout the grounds. An additional ghost has been seen in the basement area, thought to be that of William Harn, the old lighthouse keeper. Number 5. Waverly Hills Sanatorium, USA. The building once served as a tuberculosis hospital throughout the mid-20th century, when the disease was at its peak. Reports show that around 63,000 patients died there. Moreover, multiple ghosts have been spotted, which include 3 ghostly specters, shadows that move at night, screaming from all around the premises, and eerie temperature decreases all around that move sporadically. Number 4. Tower of London, UK. The tower has a pretty bad rep that spans back over 900 years ago, and revolves around its history of torture. It is even said to be one of the most haunted places in the United Kingdom. The most notorious of all the ghosts was Anne Boleyn, who was the wife of King Henry VIII. Her head was chopped off in 1536. She is often seen roaming through the corridors. Moreover, other apparitions include Lady Jane Grey and the White Lady, both of which have a tendency to stare out the window and moan eerily. The most unnerving encounters at the Tower of London perhaps come from 2 children who have been seen skipping from room to room and then vanishing. They're often seen in their nightgowns, holding hands, and have terrified looks on their faces. Number 3. Monte Cristo Homestead, Australia. The Monte Cristo Homestead is known to be one of the most haunted locations in Australia. Its reputation has grown with tragic events that have transpired on the premises since its erection in 1885. The Crawley family, the previous owners, have witnessed many deaths, which include the death of a child when they fell down the stairs, a maid who fell down the balcony, and a stable boy who burned to death. In addition, a mentally ill man named Harold was found to be chained in the caretaker's cottage for 40 years. He reportedly was found curled up next to the body of his dead mother. He was then sent to an institute for the insane, where he died shortly after. When the house transferred ownership to a group of caretakers, one of them was murdered inside the caretaker's cottage. Number 2. Banff Springs Hotel, Canada. This hotel is host to a lot of different ghosts. One of the most spotted of them all is that of a bellhop, who still believes that he's employed. He can be seen regularly trying to pick up the guest's luggage. What's more, other ghostly sightings include that of a bride that has been witnessed waltzing alone in the ballroom. Supposedly, the hotel is host to a plethora of other ghosts and specters, so best not to stay there if you're ever in Canada. Number 1. Villisca Axe Murder House, USA. Located at 508 East 2nd Street, this house became the center of terrible murders. The deaths included Josiah Moore, his wife, their 4 children, and 2 very young girls who were just staying the night. The murderer was never identified, and the mystery surrounding his identity remains strong to this day. The residents of the home over the years have reported seeing images in their dreams of a man wielding a great axe. Likewise, they also report seeing children crying and other unexplainable phenomena. In 1994, the home was restored to its original condition, complete with the lack of indoor plumbing or electricity, and is open for tours now. Guests have reported feeling chills and have heard voices emanating from behind closed doors.